Hello, guys and gals, me Mudahar, and imagine going to jail over Starfield, or any video game for that matter. Now, I love video game leaks, okay? I've been following the GTA 6 leaks. I was creaming when I saw that. Cyberpunk 2077, loved those leaks. Starfield, no exception. Now, I'm a man that always likes to try to get my games earlier, see a leak. I enjoy it. Actually makes me more hyped for any video game. Now, Starfield has had a ton of leaks in the last, 72 hours, in the last week, and in my opinion, they've all been pretty damn decent. But unfortunately, there had to be a martyr in the situation, and the martyr, ladies and gentlemen, was a individual that is known as Lord Tyrone. Lord Tyrone, for those of you who have no idea who he is, Lord Tyrone is an individual that is currently facing a felony charge for stealing this video game. So to understand, Lord Tyrone is actually Darren Harris, who stole dozens of copies of that game. Dozens of copies, not just one, not just two, dozens, ladies and gentlemen. They got a bunch of them. And because of those copies, it seems as though that some of them had ended up on eBay for the price tags of $250, $250. Fuck, here's an entire system for $560. There ain't no way somebody's buying a standard definition of the game for $200 when early access is like half that price, $250, half of $250, and it's coming out in like a day. Come on now, wait people. Now, while I'll be streaming Starfield legally tonight, unfortunately, our friend Darren over here, Harris, did not. In fact, what had happened over here was, as they had allegedly stolen these copies and possibly started selling them online, one of the individuals from r/gaming leaks and rumors, yes, one of the largest subreddits for gaming leaks and rumors imaginable, ended up, I guess you could say, snitching a little bit, telling the cops a little bit more. So one of the users over here actually told Kotaku, "It seems to me that the subreddit is running on bread and circuses mode mixed with bystander syndrome. They're perfectly willing to ignore a crime that hurts a developer they claim to support." So what had happened was the actual subreddit user, Atkins in this case, basically showcased that they communicated with Memphis police, and Bethesda basically reached out and connected this Harris individual to the Starfield leak. And the idea that this guy was, possibly selling copies of the game online, and they eventually stopped him right there and then. So it's not entirely confirmed if those actions contributed to the arrest, but again, I don't think they would have to worry too much when Lord Tyrone was actually talking about it so openly. Now, while there's tons of video footage already floating around on the internet, I'm blurring it out, Bethesda. Todd, do not send ninjas to my house. Stop it. One of the original accounts that was connected to this was Z Visceral, which I'm going to show you an initial review of this. It's kind of hilarious. Watch this.
I ain't mad. Know what happens. For real. That guy ain't smooth. For all the gamers out there who want a different type of game, there's definitely something to get. It takes time. You're going to have to read it. Can't just jump into it. You're gonna be just jumping around how I was for a minute. Todd, no offense, man. That's a good game. Perfect timing. About leaving the earth and all that. It's good stuff.
Now, Harris, while he says the game is really great and all, he definitely says that you should read. It reminds me of when I saw the Cyberpunk 2077 leaker fail to drive a vehicle. I don't think that Lord Tyrone is necessarily the best video game player. In fact, if anything, a video that I ended up watching that's been so far scrubbed away from ZeniMax, where it showcases Lord Tyrone with a copy of Starfield, an Xbox Series X, and about 40 minutes of him bumbling around the game's introductory segment, where I learned that it all starts to make sense. See, he was charged with felony theft, basically property of $2,500 to $10,000 US, misdemeanor theft, and misdemeanor possession of a controlled substance. Oh boy! Now, of course, he's since been out on a bond of $10,000. God bless the community freedom. Actually, I think he just called a bail bond, if anything. But the officers who did a search warrant found that a FedEx package was sealed with a copy of the stolen game, 4 Xbox Series Starfield games, and 2 Xbox Series versions of the games, the Upgrade Edition. There was also 3 handguns and, of course, marijuana. one of those handguns was reported stolen. So, yeah, Harris is not the smartest criminal in the world. Again, if you've stolen video games, the last thing you want to do is put up the fucking camera and go, hey guys, I did it. I mean, that is just some stupidity. Now, for the person who snitched all over it, the subreddit is a little bit pissed. They obviously don't approve of this kind of behavior. In fact, even one of the mods says, we permabanned the guy that called the cops on Tyrone, by the way. Not interested in that type of shit. Hell nah. Who the fuck would call the cops on such a legendary leaker? I know, Tyrone, he's base. Stop it. Now, all in all, Tyrone may not have even been arrested necessarily for the video game theft. Could have been the weapons, the stolen weapon, possibly. The marijuana possession, which I know Tennessee's not exactly too thrilled about. But ladies and gentlemen, what Lord Tyrone did was actually, without a shadow of a doubt, raise some insane hype for a video game that's launching in, by the time you watch this video, several hours. So, you know what? If Starfield is not a great game, if it turns out to be another bum launch like Cyberpunk, at least we had a great video game leak story. It might be one of the most outlandish leaks that I've seen so far. A person who committed a felony and then boasted about it on camera, released 40 minutes of footage of them bumbling around a video game, all to inadvertently raise hype for Todd Howard's, I guess, next alleged masterpiece. But hopefully Lord Tyrone, kind of gets off scot-free. He seems like a pretty decent guy. Maybe should lay off the weed a little bit. But ladies and gentlemen, wild story, man. Wild situation. Anyways, tune in later today when I stream on YouTube right here for Starfield. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike if you dislike it. I am out.